So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the converters, guys. Now, before I get into the converters, I kind of have to go into the clock story. Now, what's the clock story? As you know, we make clocks. That's what most people know Antelope for. These are the clock guys. Now, why are the clocks important? Well, it turns out that in the sound of a given converter, maybe the clocks is something that's about 70% of the sound quality of that converter comes from the quality of its clock. No, it's not the power supply, it's not the color of the silk screen on the circuit board, it's usually the clock. And that's the little secret that we know about. Of course, we've been improving the sound quality of many converting devices, and at a certain point we decided to build a DAC. We've done DACs before. So what's so cool about this DAC? The Zodiac DAC that you're seeing the back of, that's actually powered by our clocking system. It uses the same 4th generation clocking system as in the Trinity. And it has a nice 384 kilohertz DAC. In fact, it's one of the few devices in this form factor that can do 384 kilohertz. And that's something to really, I really believe in the high resolution audio and the higher sample rates. And that's something why I built the 384 kilohertz DAC. Now this DAC is something that has different kinds of inputs. So just like most of our devices, you can do all kinds of digital inputs. You got 2 SPDIFs, you got the TOS links, and of course you got the USB. The USB on this device, incidentally, uses a custom chip that we have developed just for the purposes of this DAC so that we can do the 384 kilohertz. Now, another very cool thing is that the way the volume is controlled. In controlling the volume, you always want to do it in the analog way. There's some people that do the volume control with it digitally, but as you know, if you just reduce the volume digitally, you're losing bits. So your 24-bit converter can become slowly 18, 16, 14, or maybe even 12 bits. That's not something you want to happen. So as a result, the volume of the D.A.s should preferably be controlled by an analog manner, in an analog way. That's something we do here. Now, if we can go over to the front, so I tell you a little bit about the volume control. The volume control you're going to see actually uses relays. Now, why is it important to use relays? Because relays are just like mechanical contacts. That's the only way to switch something without introducing extra noise and extra distortions. Something here that we're having, that's extremely unique in this. It's generally unique to have a relay control, but it's even more so unique to have it in this volume size. So you're talking about a relatively portable device that you could take, throw it in your backpack, you can take it over to your buddy, you can take it over to your friend, where you may want to listen to his material. So this device is relatively portable. You can, pick it up, you can put it in your backpack, or you can keep it on your tabletop. I know in Europe not everybody has a 150-meter apartment where they can afford to have gigantic, massive devices. So something, Zodiac is not gonna stress your surface area on your table. Now I'm going to adjust the volume, and if the microphone can come a little bit closer to the device, that we can hear that there's a little bit of clicking going on, which is something that's difficult to hear, I suppose, in this very, very noisy hall. Now that's actually audio, that's very loud. So the clicking you heard was the clicking of the relays. These are relays with golden contacts that are switching the volume level. So what we got here is our clocking, which amounts to 70% of the sound quality. We got 384 kilohertz, and we got the relay-based volume adjustment. Now that's something really cool. I think it's cool. Of course, I designed it. I'm a little bit biased. The last thing I may want to mention is the power supply. Now, many people, we offer normally, it ships with a mobile power supply, a little power unit. But for those that get into real high-quality audio, they may want to get a Voltikus, which is a special analog power supply. In fact, this power supply is our unique triple regulated structure. So we regulate the voltage 3 times. We regulate it once, and then there is a regulator after the first regulator and the regulator after the third regulator. As a result, the voltage is extremely stable, and the noise level, it's in fact even quieter than most phantom power supplies that are used with microphones. Now that's something that you want to get into if you really are looking for high quality audio. The stability and the low noise of the power supply. That makes a big difference.